Hey there, I'm Ben Howard giving you this real estate market report telling you everything you need to know about buying and selling homes here in North Texas. Well, we're at the time of year now where things are supposed to be flying off the shelves, prices jumping way up and houses selling before you even know it. Well, that's not happening this year. Things have stayed pretty steady. And in case you want to know why, let's get right into these numbers. If we look at, you can see here we're talking about a median sales price. I can go to average if you want, but it won't really make a difference. And you can see these last couple of months since January, prices have gone up. And that's the normal trend. So you're saying, Ben, what's the big story here? You told us one thing and it's not what we're seeing here. Well, let me zoom out a little bit. If I go up to the max, you can see we had our normal trend for years and years and years. Ours goes back all the way to 2002, 2003. Then here in 21 and 22, things went ridiculous. And since then, prices have stayed steady. This last year, we actually had a bigger dip than normal coming into 2026. Well, why is that? Is it because there's a big market crash? Well, no, there's not a big market crash that's happened here. There are a couple of things. There's been some unrest, especially with the Iran issue that's been going on. But even more than that, I'm going to show you some fancy special effects here. If you look at here, I've pulled up. These are the prices that we just looked at. This is all of North Texas. In this chart down here, these are interest rates from the same period of time, from 2002 until now. And you can see they kind of, you're saying, what does this have to do with anything? Well, let me show you. If I flip this over, and I'll pull it back on, you can see that the prices, by and large, and interest rates work inversely. So when interest rates went slowly up, then prices went slowly up. So actually interest rates went down, prices slowly went up. And then when interest rates went way up here, because remember it's upside down and went down, prices went down as well and they stayed there. So when prices are or when interest rates are higher, prices are lower. And remember, I can swap it back. But when interest rates are low, prices go up. So when interest rates go back down, they're still pretty high right now at about 6.5%. When they go back down, I think we can be prepared to see this line right here continue to go up. So buyers right now, you have lots of power because there are so many houses on the market. How many are there? Well, let's take a look at that really quickly. Here we have the sales price. Here is month supply. Now this tells us if no more houses hit the market, how long would it take to sell at the current rate of sales? And you can see for the longest time, North Texas, we hung around 2 months. Right here, when things went wild in the teens, it went down to 1.6. When things went bonkers right after COVID, because remember, here's when interest rates were at 2.75%. It was less than a month on average to get it sold. Now, that's really, really quickly. Up here, you can see when interest rates, they went back up, it took longer to sell. So we're at 5.7 last July. Now we tumble down to 4 and we're back up to almost 5 months. That across the country is not bad, but for here in North Texas, that is the equivalent to about as strong a buyer's market as you can have. There are more houses on the market than would normally be there. So buyers have a lot of choices. If they don't like one, they can go right down the road and get the price that they want. So the lesson to be taken from this is if you're selling right now, you're going to have to be prepared to maybe bring down the price some. Be conservative in what you have there. Make sure the house looks really good. Make sure the staging's great. Make sure it's really cleaned up. There's no room for half measures on that. You're going to have to really get that done. And you're probably going to get less than you want. However, at the same time, if you're selling and then buying, the same thing is going to happen, but in reverse on the other side. You can plan on, finding a number of houses that you like. You can even put multiple offers on different homes and see which one gives you the offer that would be the best for your family for the best price. So what's best for you? I can't tell you. What's the best time for you? I can't tell you. But I can tell you that we're probably going to have a few more months of increasing home values. And then if interest rates finally drop, I think it's going to go up through the fall, and then it'll go back down in its normal stage. So if you have any questions on that and you need to know a little more information, just give me a holler. I can go over that with you. Hey, but speaking of meeting with us, we have a couple of events coming up here you're not going to want to miss. So if you have been to this HG Pool Bash, this will be the 3rd annual Pool Bash. It's over at the Sun Valley Aquatic Center in Louisville. This will be on June 7th this time. And obviously you can hang out there with your friends. We'll have lots of food, as we always do. Lots of drinks out there, as we always do. And then we have the cannonball contest and the belly flop contest, where we'll have those huge gift cards for that. So you're not going to want to miss that. Get that on your calendar, June 7th. You're going to see invitations in your mail. If for some reason you don't get an invitation and you just want to come along and are watching this, just shoot me over a message. I'm happy to take care of that and get you on the list. And also, October 10th. That's a Saturday night. We're having, this is going to be our first ever, the HG Fall Barbecue. And like, I managed to get a bunch of F's in here. We're going to have food. We're going to have a fire. And we have a fire pit. Don't worry, we're not setting a house on fire or anything. We have a fire pit. And we're going to do family photos. So we'll have a photographer here. So if you're like us in the Howard family, where we always forget to get our photos taken for our Christmas photos, that'll be done here at the same time. So October 10th, get that on your calendar. It'll probably be around 5 o'clock. We'll get that sorted out and get that sent to you as well. But get that on there. We can't wait to see you. Again, if you have any questions at all and you want to know when's the right time to buy, when's the right time to sell, just give me a holler and I'm happy to take care of you. Talk to you soon.